I'm trying to put you in the system, so hold on 1 second.
Trying to go live, but
Yeah?
the way you're sitting, not trying to go live. The vibe between.
Oh, to go live too? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
When we come on, you should be on my screen. So if you can see it, you can be able to pick it up, and you should be able to pick it up and just shoot that. You can use that as your live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to fit you on the screen, okay? So just hold on 1 second. Let me fit you everything, so people can be able to see you and all of that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, if you feed that, yeah. Once you feed it that way, then that way, yeah, I'll cancel mine and then go there.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be able to see that, and you see yourself on the screen. So I'm sitting and you're right next to me, so you can see we do it different way on this side.
Oh, yeah. Flex on the morning to the night. Get your move, get your move. Every day, na jolly, jolly, oh, jolly, oh. Why you fucking me, everybody, oh, body, oh. You got that, I do not get to that, oh. Now my man, go to forget, oh. Every day, that fucking me, yeah, oh. And I say that life the way we want. Why you always like to be the father? And I got to trust the life we living. Yeah, I'm living my pro life. Yeah, pro. I'm living my pro life. Pro. I'm living my pro life. Pro. Let me live.
So I'm going to say. I'm going to let the audience know it's the return of Max Kid Mixer, right? That's what I want to put on the screen. The return of Max Mixed Up, right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So let me check that in there. The return of Max Mixed Up from Liberia. What the wire I got in there? No wire. So You can hear me clear, right, Mike? You ready to roll? You ready?
You're loud and clear.
Okay, so you're ready to roll. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put that on. So hold on 1 minute. Don't say nothing, and I will ask you to come on, okay? So I'm going to go live, and you'll be on the screen. So when I call you, you can come in, you see yourself on the screen. So I'm gonna get started now, and so hold on 1 second while I do this. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're live on the Liberia Television Network. Coming to you live this morning from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And if you look on the screen, you see my guest, who is Max. The show is all about the return of Max from the Republic of Liberia. So tell somebody who knows somebody that Max is back. and he's going to be giving an update on some of the things that are falling in the Republic of Liberia. The weather's a little bit chilly out here today, and if you're out there, my advice to you is to take the kids outside. Make sure you go to vote. Make sure to vote today, please. It's very important that we vote. We want to send a special shout out to the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Manawia. And we want to say congratulations to the CDC for putting up 2 candidates, and also for the opposition party, the Fair Collaborating Party, who brought out 2 candidates for the both representative and senatorial positions that is open on the Maserati and District of 15. Okay, we're over living our purple life. And we are honored and happy to have Max on this network. So, for our audience, we're going to share the video already. If you're out there, please share the video, let somebody know that the LRTN is live. And we're going to have a regular conversation with Max. We want to send a shout out to the Dumba family who just lost their loved one in Liberia. I think you were visiting. Unfortunately, he passed away. He said he had a heart attack. Not too sure yet. Trying to get information from the family. Okay, Max, you there?
Yeah, Joe, I'm here.
Okay, Max, welcome to the Liberian Radio and Television Network. My man, you lost a lot of weight. What's going on with you?
I was enjoying Liberia, the sunshine. I was enjoying it. Apropos.
Oh, man, I saw you all over the country, all over the place. I know you went to Nima and all.
Unfortunately, I had an invitation to go there, but unfortunately, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't reach due to.
Wow, that was nice.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Due to some engagement.
Okay, let's dive into this thing. Well, you coming from Liberia and being in Liberia. I always like to ask people, those that return to Liberia, just tell me how you felt being home, man, with all the politics and all the different things that's going on. Living in the UK and going back to Liberia, how you felt being home?
Well, Joe, first of all, let me say a big thank you to you and the staff at your station there for the invitation, also the recognition to be on your show this morning.
Okay.
This morning hour to you, and then of course late afternoon to me. It's a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be on here as your guest. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. And let's go to the question I was asking you. How you feel being home?
Great. Always great. The thing about Liberia, for me, about Liberia since 2010. I'm home almost twice a year, sometimes twice a year. So it's almost like I'm living there. So even if I'm running for presidency right now, I don't think the 10 years clause will stop me. Yeah, nobody will tell me that I'm not living in Liberia for 10 years. No way. I'm in Liberia every year, twice a year. But anyway, it's great to be home, and it's great to be part of what perhaps I can say you have to make, that is the country itself, Liberia. So it was a great experience to be back home, especially during the dry season. You see a whole lot as compared to the rainy season, and you come across a lot of people. You interact with a lot of people if you do want to interact with people. So it was a great time in Liberia, in a way.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I know that you was all over the place, and one thing I heard you complaining about was, let me ask you this: how was the government responding to to your request? Because I know you try to see if you can get into touch with some of them for an interview. What was the response? Was it receptive?
Well, we are human beings, and because we are all human beings, and we have different intellect, and because we do have different intellect, it's all because we all come from the different school of thought as well. And so sometimes when you approach somebody for anything, whether as a journalist you approaching them to have them interviewed or not, the reception is being done by individual from the individual level. In terms of me actually wanting to meet a lot of them, politicians, especially those we refer to as decision makers or so. I made requests to several of them, the Capitol building and some of their ministers. So, in a way, sometimes when you meet some of them, even though these are the these are the messages they put across. If you meet them for the first time, sometimes they can be quick to even give you your number or their number. But being quick to give you the number is one thing. But then you calling now for them to even answer you is another thing. So that is that's another challenge in terms of how our people are running the government. So I managed to reach out to several of them. Some of them I have to write them. Some of them I went to their offices and they told me I should put in writing if I want to interview them and give them advanced questions and things. Trying to make things difficult for me, and of course the quest. So arrangement for interviews was a bit challenging because because of different reasons from themselves as well. But at least I managed to meet some of them, even though not interviewing them. But I managed to meet some of our lawmakers, and we sat some of them in their offices, and I had a talk with them and asked them some of the questions that I wanted to ask, what I wanted to know, how they actually were in the government as well. So yes, I was able to meet some of them, and I was disappointed by virtue of some of them not responding to me the way I wanted.
Okay, all right. I know you heard about the June 7th protest that is coming up, and you in Liberia. What is the word on the street? How do you rate it? Is it giving momentum? Are people excited about it, or some people angry? What can you tell us about that? Because you was on the ground,
right?
You spoke to people.
Joe, to be honest with you, as far as the situation or the case of the proposed June 7 is concerned, what I saw in Liberia, let me put it that way, because I went out of Maserati County. So once you go out of Maserati County, you are out of Monrovia. So what I saw in Liberia, Liberia during my time there and interacting with people, because for me, I like to engage people anyway. I've seen the kind of divided, politically divided nation, and of course, responsibly divided people as well in terms of dealing with issues of national concerns.
Yeah.
And but in a way, I see it as a way of celebrating democracy, because if you have a democracy that is celebrated with perhaps not everybody following one segment of the society, but at least other people have to be on the other side, then no matter how in terms of volume as to which carry the weight or not, but at least if you have other people on the other side that will question or that will actually say, well, you know why we don't see reason for this, then it's time to be something worth to celebrate, because that's democracy. But then meeting individuals and listening to radio stations as well, I had my I even once upon a time have to come out and to lash out at my colleagues, those in the media, some of them, because Joseph, the thing here, Mr. Anderson, is that journalists in Liberia, a lot of them anyway, let me put it that way, most journalists in Liberia are a kind of a way, forgetting about the ethics of the profession, and what they are doing is following other individuals or following somebody that they will, no matter who they are or what they are doing in government is concerned, once they are getting something out of them or they want something out of that individual, they will actually praising this individual, which is creating the kind of a dark cloud over journalism in Liberia. And on this particular issue you just flexed out, the June 7th thing, which I'm trying to still be careful as to how I go about it, because Joseph, I wrote the president twice this year. Second letter was this year. First letter was just within 6 months of his term. And what I called for through my organization, Justice Forum Liberia UK, is for the president to actually take on take the bull by the horn by virtue of reshuffling the government. So we officially wrote the president and wrote him twice, and we even named people that we think we're having problem with, that the president should actually reshuffle them, and so we've been waiting for the president to actually respond, but unfortunately he didn't. Up to now he's yet to. And then what we thought of again was that, look, we will wait until after the pronouncement of the budget, the announcement of the budget by the government of Liberia. After the announcement of the budget, we want to see results, and the announcement should have been in April, but then only for us to reach the point that we're supposed to hear about the budget announcement, we heard something else, where the finance minister came and tabled it and pushed it forward to July. And so what we decided to do is to write the president again that between now and July, because we wanted to hear first of all the budget, then before we could go ahead. And then we wrote the president again and said, well, we'll give you between now and July, after we shall hear the announcement of the budget, to please do a reshuffle between now and then. So Joseph, what I'm trying to say here is that the June 7 planned protest, is something that for me personally, I am not 100% in support of it until either our request is heard by the president or he refused to listen to it. Now, between now and July, if the president failed to do a reshuffle, what we said in a letter as well is that we will be putting our money into anything that will be either resemble the June 7 or whatsoever it is, anything that will put pressure or mount pressure, not anything for that matter, but things that will be peaceful, whether it will be by people, the masses getting in the street to request for something like that. We'll be putting our money into it. But in a general perspective, Liberians, a bunch of Liberians that I came across actually, and I went to some most intellectual centers where I was invited to go and talk. You will see a kind of a huge divide there, intellectuals as they refer to themselves, where some of them are actually arguing out, and putting out some salient points, whether for or against. And we saw this as well as a good virtue in terms of celebrating democracy, like what I said. So Liberians are actually, what I saw, Liberians, most of them really do want to be part of the June 7 planned protest. Majority of them, because I even went to some other marketplaces and things and talk to our mothers, our aunties,
Yes.
And majority of them say, well, that day, somehow I will stop my selling. I'm not going to say I'm going to get in the streets. I will be part of the protest also. So, but I just wanted to get a diverse view from people. You still come across people who say, well, it's not your time. I don't think we should do it. Liberia is fragile. Peace or so we want to stay as it is, as we are, and let's continue to watch the show and see. So that's how it is. But the only problem I'm having is that for journalists, to get involved in this thing, getting involved in a way, especially so if you are not an advocate journalist, okay, for you being on the show, controlling the show, giving the news and working for this institution or so, for you to come at the forefront wherein you will come and stand for one group and go against the other one. Which I saw in Liberia. I listened to some of the radio talk shows as well. In fact, one of them, like what I was saying here, came on the radio and started lashing out people that are planning or who are behind this June 7. And he, in fact, the guy, there were two, they in fact referred to these citizens as enemies of the state. And I had zero problem with it. I said, wow, why would any journalists come out using their media institution to say these kind of words? I said, I'm having problem with it. I went live and I addressed the issue actually. And I tried to educate them on it, as to not for them to misuse the ethics of the profession. And I told them my point of views and how I feel that they should be kind of people that are supposed to be right in the middle and try to balance the equation. You can't borrow words from politicians. As a journalist, you sitting there on our radio station, you can't borrow words from the politician. You're supposed to, in fact, maybe if the politician comes out and make a statement that's supposed to bring a division in the country, division in the constituency, you're supposed to come and check and balance that particular politician. But when you borrow these words from them, and for example, where some of them said that certain people are enemies of the state, when you borrow such words and you put them into use behind your microphone, it's wrong. You are helping to actually feel tension in the country. So in terms of the July 7, June 7 planned protest, I still see a kind of a divided nation in terms of agreeing for to do what they want to do. But like I said, Joseph, is from that perspective, as the student of politics, that's how democracy should be celebrated. We all can't be one side anyway.
Okay, let's go to your neighbor county. I know you visited. I don't know whether that was in Minima when you had the opportunity to go to Prince Johnson Church. I think you had the service.
Prince Johnson.
Did you have the opportunity to
Senator Prince Johnson is based in Monrovia. No, not Nima.
Oh, Monrovia. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
To the audience.
Yeah.
I know you went to the church. Did you have the chance to sit with him, to talk with him, or meet him personally?
Oh yeah. And firstly, when I went, I think because we organized the War Crime School march in April 5th. So one reason I went to Liberia was to be part of that. I put my money into it and everything. So immediately after after we had that peaceful march, calling on the international community and of course the government of Mr. George Weah, calling on him to see reason that he speak on the issue of this establishment of War and Economic Crime School for Liberia, and of course the full implementation of the TRC recommendation. 2-3 days after I went strictly, I wanted to see a couple of senators, including Yeke Koluba. I had him on my list to see Senator Prince Johnson and to see other people that I went there for different reasons. Yeah. On the first day, I went to the office of the Senator and Reverend Prince Johnson, as he liked to be referred to. I sat in his office. He wasn't there. I waited for a couple of minutes. Just within a couple of minutes' time, he came back to the office. At the time, I was talking with his special assistant, as he referred to himself, telling him why I'm there. Just within that time, he bounced in, and then from there, I went into his office. That one, I just spoke to him briefly that day. I just want to establish contact. So I told the gentleman, I said, I introduced myself, and I said, I want to secure a time that I can actually talk to the senator on record, interviewed as well. And then he asked me as to you know, on what? I said, well, on issue of national concerns, a lot of issues, peace, reconciliation, democracy. We're talking about, you know, corruption, the government, good governance, and everything. So I cover a whole lot in giving him reasons I want to see the senator. And then he said, okay. And then later on he asked me, but he said, oh, so you say you are an advocate for the war crime court? I said, yeah, I'm one of them. I said, okay, but maybe what you could do is you have to go and put it into writing, and then I will arrange it, we'll take it from there. I said, do you want me to write the senator before you can grant me an interview? He said, yeah, because I want to know, you know, ahead of time. I want to know the questions as well. So I said, okay. So I felt a bit disappointed that day with him, and I told him, I said, well, actually, I don't think it should be this way. You know, I'm here for, you know, just to sit with the senator one-on-one and just ask him, you know, some questions that perhaps I really want to know and Liberians want to know about and things. But if you see, I should put it in writing before, and I know how bureaucratic you guys are here. If I read that letter right now, first of all, I bring it. You telling me you gave me 5 days to even come for follow-up, and yeah, the next time you come and tell me, oh, the senator not here, gone out of the country or so. So I'm going to leave it like that. I don't think I will come back with a letter. So I left anyway. So what I did, I visited his church. That day I went first, that was Sunday morning, I went first to Folkley Clone Church, which is the church owned by the president. I went there and was part of their worship. And from there, before I headed to Prince Johnson's church. So I went there. Luckily, he was just preaching that day. And I went live. Because I was trying to play my own game as well, so that I can actually gain access to this man. So I did that free of charge for them. I didn't ask them for anything. I carried live their broadcasting, and so they actually that day their worshipers increased because international Liberian in the diaspora were watching him live, and he saw it on the YouTube because I sent it on my YouTube channel, and he was happy as well, and then the guy who I was in touch with told me, oh, the chief say, he liked what you did. He'd love for you to visit one more time. I said, yeah, but I told you the last time I want to interview the chief. If you agree, I don't mind. I'm coming. I can come, and then I can do the interview. But then he said, okay, let me talk to the chief. And then Joseph, the man talked to the chief. He came back to me and said, man, the chief said, you must carry the program live first, though. Then the preaching live first before you can do the interview. So that was the precondition that was set. So I said, oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I said no problem.
Well,
so
that was good. That was good. That was good until you carry live, right?
Yeah. So, but then this is the Joseph. When I went there in this trip now, when I went there, I started. First of all, I think I was actually carrying it live. But to my utmost surprise, some of my followers were saying, "Oh, Max, you're fasting in the church too much. Why are you promoting this man? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't go out." Some of them threatening, say, "Oh, I will stop following you because you're carrying Prince Johnson preaching live or so." So I have to address it. Some of them are even on live. I have to communicate with them. I say, "Look, you know why? I am doing professional journalism here. I want something from somebody." And the only way I can get it, if there is any precondition they set, I have to go by that precondition. And the preconditions that were set, one of them was that I should carry the program live first, the preaching live, and then before I can be granted the time. So Joseph, that's why, and then I tried to address that anyway. So from there, I went, carried the program. Luckily, it was he just had something about 20 minutes to finish, which I was happy of. And then after the church, he went into the office, and I followed later, and started shooting. And then from there, I was calling. We sat down face to face, my first time, actually, even though I was a young boy when the name came up in Monrovia. After 10 years, I was in the midst of the Civil War there, right up Duco, behind Duco Palace, and all I could hear was Prince Johnson, Prince Johnson, Prince Johnson this, Prince Johnson that. Yes, once in a while to see him passing in a car or so, but never had a chance to get closer to him as I got this time around. So we sat down. Only the table was between us. He was behind the table on his desk, right before him, and the camera was between us. And I started rolling, and then I started asking him questions. So Joseph, I've been planning this for a long time. I think for about 2-3 years ago, I started. Each time I go, sometimes I find it very, very difficult to even enter the office, because the guys, sometimes by the time you say, "Oh, I'm a journalist, I'm a press," or so, they get afraid. They don't want you to get closer. So, but this time around, I was happy to have gained access. Maybe the only way that went through is because I also agreed to have carried the sermon preaching live. Maybe if I have not done that, I wouldn't have gotten closer to him. I wouldn't have actually interview Senator and preacher Prince Johnson. So yes, it went well in a way that I asked some of the questions that perhaps I've been keeping in my mind for years. I really wanted to ask him that if I had the opportunity one day to meet Prince Johnson, I want to ask him some of these questions also. So I did ask him, although I know it was just after church, taking into consideration, because a lot of people were outside as well waiting to see him. So it was kind of a way done, not that I still left something, some interview questions undone, which of course by the time I get back home again, I will be seeking the second term for me to meet Senator Prince Johnson. Perhaps those other questions I didn't ask him. If I meet him exclusively, not immediately after church, then I think I will have good time to sit down with him and really go inside him deep.
Yeah. Well, just to let the audience know, this is the type of work we are involved with. So if we are out there and we're trying to get answers or questions that everybody want to ask, you cannot get angry with the journalist if you decide to go out there and ask some questions.
No.
Whether you hit the guy or you don't want to be bothered with the guy, it's our responsibility to go out there and talk to him, asking questions and see exactly what's happening, what's going on.
Yeah.
So people can be able to know exactly what's going on. So those of our audience or your audience that are angry with you, they should be happy that at least you able to go over there and sit with the guys and get some insight on exactly what's going on. Okay, let's go back to the
June 7th?
The report that just came out from the $25 million in Liberia. I know you were in Liberia. How are people taking the report? How are people taking it?
Joseph, just before that, let me give you another info. I went to the Capitol another time again, and I went to see one senator, Senator George Temba, and I got in the office, and as I was there for about 10-15 minutes, who walked in was Yaka Kolba. He's one of those that I actually had on my list that I want to meet him.
I was going to ask you a question about him. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we met there. Let me use the word coincident. We met coincidentally, and I spoke with him. So I said, "Oh, you Senator, Yaka Kolba?" I said, "Yes, I'm the one." I said, "Okay, it's my pleasure meeting you." And I introduced myself to him, and I also told him that I'm an advocate. I'm one of those that are actually pushing for the establishment of War and Economic Crime School for Liberia. He said, "Oh, you are one of them." He said, then, Joseph, the man quickly asked me, "My man, so when you're bringing this thing, when you're bringing the war group, we need to go to court and go and go give our testimony. Yeah, if someone was supposed to go to jail, we should go to jail." I said, "Oh," so he said, when you're coming?" I said, "We are coming. This time around, we are not holding back. We're coming very, very soon. Whether you're serving or you're not serving, we'll get you guys one by one from your position, and we'll take you out to court." He said, "My man, me are waiting." And then immediately he gave me his contact. He said, "In fact, yeah, my contact, call me, if you want for us to talk more, and we'll talk more." So I said, "Okay, I will definitely call you also." So he's one of those that I met, and also Representative, what's his name? Solomon George, but not the Solomon George I've been hearing about. Honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he even made me to have gone live, after 2 days or so. I I met Solomon George coincidentally as well. I went to our attire center on Ashmore Street, Dusty Road there, and I went to just speak to my guys to tell them I was in town, and I met him, and then the guys introduced me, and they introduced him to me as well. So, and then they gave me a couple of minutes to talk. I said, wow, okay. I said, anyway, Chief, that my first time meeting you. It's a pleasure meeting you. I said, so you Solomon George? He said, yes. And then I talked a little bit to the guys, and then from there, you know, I talked about my projects I've been doing since 2010, humanitarian service to Liberia and thing. And my mission this time around, I came to launch my book. I came to also launch an educational foundation to help children with disability to go to school. So he was actually moved by what he heard about me and what I told him as well. And immediately we exchanged contact. And he told me, he said, you know what I would do is the Ministry of Education must give you the support needed. You're a Liberian, you want to do this, you want to help this book here, they must support this book. So he said, you know what, come to my office tomorrow and I will take you to the Minister of Education. And so, I mean, this is my first time dealing with Solomon George. I've been hearing all negative things about him, to be honest. And I didn't know Solomon George had, you know, you've got another side of him. So I went to his office, and Joseph, he took, we sat down for some times, and then he came out. But honestly, I saw Solomon George as I saw Solomon George in one of the videos in the Capitol building, where he was really cussing.
Yeah, they had a fight.
Yeah.
Fight, I think.
Yes, the cussing part, the cussing, forget it. That's Solomon George. Yes, because that was proven right before me in the office, and it was proven right before me at the attire center. And so,
wow.
Because the first day was at the attire center, and when I left from there that day, I was just thinking, I said, what, this man, so this is him. Wow. I mean, everywhere, you know. But then, at the same time, biblically, he is good at referencing the Bible. Very, very good. Yes. Quoting the Bible verse and giving you the Bible verse and the number of the chapter and everything. I say, wow, okay. And then the second time I was in the office, it's the same way. I met lots of people there. Everybody was there, I guess, for different reasons. So, and this guy, and the honorable entered in the office. Oh, man, words were coming out. I said, wow. In my heart now, I said, wow, this thing, I don't know what I'm going to end good here. So, sat down there all alone. And then from there, yeah, one by one, he was calling them in the office. So I was just watching the atmosphere. I wanted to see more of this man, who is Solomon George. I really wanted to get more of him, you know, from him. So I decided to just sit there. And one by one, he called these people. Almost 9 people were in the office that day. Older people, you know, younger people, middle-aged people, and things. And thereafter, he got through with them. He told me, he said, Max, can we go to the ministry now? Let's go see the minister. This is with no appointment ahead of time. No. So we just went to we just drove. Okay. We just drove to the. But as we were driving again, sitting in the car and chatting, I mean, the Sunday school's words, but I mean, it just part of him. So, we went to the minister office. Unfortunately, that day we didn't meet the minister. I talked to the special assistant, and they say, and the fellow said, okay, I can come back tomorrow or so. So definitely the next day he took me there. We saw the minister. We sat one-on-one, and you know.
He really give you a lot of time. He give you a lot of. I mean, he give you time.
This is what I'm telling you. Yeah.
Work with you.
Yeah, Joseph. Honestly, this is what I'm telling you, that I saw it different, because even me, I mean, all these videos I saw and things, I mean, it got me angry, and I used to really lash at him as well. But when I saw the other side of Solomon George this time around, and when I talked to people after he left that day from the attire center, I talked to other people. People were telling him, I mean, the young people were, majority of them were just talking everything good about him. Said, that man, he can cause people, but they make him help. They make him cause people, but they make him help. I said, okay. So after we sat down, I sat down with the minister. We talked, and I told the minister what I want. I said, Minister, I wrote this book here for our children, you know, second graders of whole Liberia. But what I really want this book to go in the school curriculum, so that all the schools then can have So that's the only thing I want right now, Honorable Minister. And then Solomon George too added some words on it. And then from there, the minister said, okay, leave a copy here. I will talk to to my people at the curriculum department and let them look at this book, read it, evaluate it, and tell me which subject it falls under, and we'll take it from there. So I left from there that day, kind of happy. And in fact, he told me that day, look, Max, if it costs me to take you to President Weah himself, I will take you.
Wow.
Because I told him that when the president, the first visit of the president in the Western world was France. I said I left from London to go to Paris to see the president, not only to carry his visit live, but to also present to him a copy of this book and to tell the president, this is how I want to contribute to the education of Liberia. But I need help as I want this book to be inserted in the school curriculum. I said I present a copy of the book, and the president responded and said, when they get back to Liberia, somebody will get in touch with me. I said 2 years ago now, nobody. So he was also moved by that why will anybody, do that? Why will a young man who want to help his own country, be treated like this? It's not fair. I was seeing to it that. Anyway, to cut long matter short, yes. So we kicked the ball rolling by me meeting the minister. I met him twice. The second time was on my own to do a follow-up. And the process right now is going on in terms of my book being pushed to the point where it will be accepted and be put in the school curriculum. Yes, but this is it. Let me come to people who, let me just analyze Solomon George. The side of Solomon George in which he can heal insults at people. My people, that's Solomon George. As far as what I've seen is concerned, my interaction, not only with himself, but other people that I've met, on the ground, his constituents. I mean, because the constituents are those that actually, especially young people, that I wanted to ask about this man. Besides this, this cursing and all the thing, and what's looking at somebody telling them the truth also. Is there any side of him that is good? And people were telling me, oh, they're making hairball. You go to that man house, this is it. You go to the man office, this is it. And in the office, I saw it. 9 people, and he dealt with them one by one at the same time, cursing. But yes, but that's Solomon George. I think
that's his personality, right? His personality,
you can't take that from Solomon George. If you take that from Solomon George, he is no Solomon George any longer, and that's him. And I think we all have our own way we were brought up and thing, and sometimes some of these characters. They are the ones that actually make who we are. And I even give an example when I was addressing the issue. I say, when the former, international star of England, Wayne Rooney, started playing football professionally, he was very, very aggressive. And each time they had, even journalists, he would lash at them and whatsoever. And then sports psychologists went in this man's head. And when they came out, all they told us was, Wayne Rooney is Wayne Rooney. That is Wayne Rooney. If you take that off him, then you finish your football career. So you leave him. And that's it. If the man can, support charitable work, charitable initiative, if the man can play a football good and paying your taxes, if the man can do this and, he's helping the community also. As far as being aggressive or responding harshly to journalists and other people also, you leave him. That's him. And so that's how I went into Solomon George. And George is head as well. So that is him. I can tell anybody, my interaction with him, I've never interacted with him. He have never seen me one-on-one, but spending that time with him, and spending time with the people that he's actually serving as his as leader for their constituency. If you take that part of him causing you from him, he's no longer a Solomon George. But the people say he's good.
So I think you can see from the way he was elected. He was elected for the second time. That explains something. That says something about the individual you're talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's go to the report.
Yeah.
How people taking the report? How people are disappointed and they want the president to act immediately? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Joseph, I think it's a similar thing like what I was talking about the 7 June stuff. The report itself as well. Disappointingly from my end, you see from people who are actually questioning the report. Even though this is the report that we ourselves, let me put it that way, conducted. Okay, and I can tell you for sure, this was done as an advocate for social justice. This request was made by the president, perhaps, with the notion that people will be off the hook, that the government will be off the hook, that ministers, including Minister of Finance, the Central Bank, they will be off the hook. That is my perception. That's how I saw it when the president made a request that GSE should go ahead to do the investigation. But now with this report coming out from our own house, from our own people, it's damning. It is damning. People are talking about it. A huge number of people are angry. A huge number of people who understand the country or understand how people are living in Liberia today are angry. Now, the few handful of people who are actually only praise singers to whatever it is or however this government is being run, they are the only ones that are actually still saying that, they don't believe the report. The people or whoever that is involved in it, they are all exempted, they're vindicated also. Some of them are still arguing that despite this, people, these guys are vindicated. But again, Joseph, I don't blame them. Yeah, even though most of them, they refer to themselves as intellectuals. But I know how to place them now. Majority of them are actually, yes, honestly, intellectually stupid. And honestly, intellectually, do not understand the reality of today in Liberia. So the report, from my own perspective, it has gone along with the previous report from the international community, and I think it's a big problem for us. It's a shame on us all as people of Liberia, regardless whether you are in this government or you are not in this government, whether you are in Liberia or not. So long you are a Liberian, you will be identified by the outcome of this report anywhere you go, because the $16 billion will still be questioned. People will still ask you questions about it. The $25 million, people will still ask you questions about it. So the people are talking about it, Joseph, and a lot of people are not happy. And if you want to know actually that people are not happy, go to the market. Interact with our mothers, with our aunties, those that can, some of them even walk distance, trying to save the little things they call profit. They don't want to get in car, and they told things on their head with their children, and they walk massive way to go from one market to another. When you meet them and you ask them questions, when you meet them and you ask them how are things now, and they begin to open up and they tell you stories, that's when you know that, look, this report is damning for the whole country, and the people that are down there are the ones that are feeling it. So in a nutshell, Joseph, the House is still divided, despite the facts that are there, but people are still hiding behind the truth, and they are defending the wrong things. So that is what's still happening in Liberia.
Okay. I noticed the primary that the CDC had to elect two candidates. So there was a lot of crowd over there. Were crowded up. Everybody was there. Now, from your perspective, how is the president popularity? We are before he became president, he was very popular. People loved him, and so on. And you've been in the country and hanging around people. How is the popularity? Do you think he stay popular like he was before the election?
Well, I was there throughout the campaign process. I was there for the election. I was there for the inauguration.
Okay.
I saw multitude of people, especially on the day that Mr. Weah was launching the campaign. I went there far ahead of time. I remained there until he spoke that night. And I saw a multitude of people. I didn't see a group. I saw multitudes of people. And in comparison, and in fact, even if you subtract comparison, receptions so far since I think 6 months into his presidency, we started seeing a kind of a different scenario. Not the president that was even highly celebrated just before the elections.
Yeah.
That was highly welcomed at the Samuel Kanyado Sports Complex. We know how the deal was. The inauguration day, some of us have memories. We know how it was like. I didn't go there, but I saw it. We all saw it.
You saw the pictures, saw the videos.
You could just have the feeling that this is, you could just refer to him as many were referring to him. The Savior is finally here. The angel is finally here to give life back to the people of Liberia. Yes, the Savior is finally here to save lives that are even at the point of somebody taking their life breath at that hospital. Yes, that's how he was portrayed and how he was seen. But then 6 months, 7 months down the line, when I went to Liberia for Christmas and I went to the red light and so, and I was engaging with people there. When I heard that once upon a time that the president was passing through there, and his convoy was booed, and that this is confirmation. This was confirmed by 4, 5, 6 people. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I said, "What? Really?" And people confirmed that to me. That yes. And it said not only there, but some places now, when the president is passing, they can boo the convoy. But this is it. Popularity, yes. For your question, no matter what it is, he will try to say, "Well, I'm popular." No matter what it is, he still have few other people that are actually praise singers, and they, irrespective of however he running the government, they still feel that he's the best person to run the government. So I think popularity-wise, from the sense of dealing with people or asking people some questions, I think in the streets or whatsoever around Monrovia, Maserati County for that matter, and a little bit outside of Maserati County, I think people are getting tired, and people are also realizing that something is not going right. And especially those days when you used to ask somebody about Mr. Weah, by the time you ask questions, somebody is willing to just expand. Oh yeah, he's good. Nah. But now sometimes these same people now, you asking questions and they shy away from you. They don't want to. They don't want to engage you anymore. Yeah. So sometimes you get asked, so how the government? Somebody tell you, say, "Me I want to." Or some of them will say, "Oh, the people, they only come to get our stories or so. Oh, that I seen people here, this and that, and thing." Because I remember I went to let me tell you this story. There's a road in Cloudtown. I guess it's in Cloudtown. The most recent one that say was opened by him. And I was driving through. I had some family members. In fact, it was the day I launched my book and my organization. And when we got there, a few people suggested that we should go and see this road. So we got inside, but this alleyway is supposed to just be an alleyway for human being, not even for bicycle to pass through. So
You're killing me.
I drove through. I got a video for it, but I haven't posted it. So I drove through.
Yeah.
When I drove through, and then I got maybe after 2 minutes going in, and that was it. And people told me, say, "Oh, the road end where you." So I started asking. I said, "Are you road the president open today?" They say, "Yeah." I wrote the president opening today. Okay, my first time talking about it, Joseph, on your show actually, because I decided to just keep mute there until proper time. So that's why I haven't even shared the video yet. I still have the video. So but then for me, where I got to the point that was the end of the road, for me to turn around, that even one Lebanese man got to help me. Say, my man, I want to do this way, they got. So I turned around and I decided to engage people again. I started to engage people. So I meant I wanted to really engage the older people. I met Omar. I stopped a little bit. I said, Omar, how the road opening today? Say, my son, the road opening was okay. Our president was here. I said, so how happy are you for the road here? He said, well, at least Bitter Ball will be coming inside here now, and whatsoever, we'll be taking Bitter Ball from here, we'll carry it to Freeport. Omar just laughed. And that road one will get it. So she just laughed and passed. Yeah. So, I came on the road a little bit to the junction, and I tried to engage the few other young people, at least young people that were standing there. They're all women. And I asked them, how do they feel about the road and thing. But they thought their thinking was different because the way they were approaching it and responding. I felt that they were not happy for me to ask them, and they didn't want to be asked about the road. So I just ended there, and then I drove off. But receptions, in terms of how people are now receiving the president, or how people are now responding when you ask them questions about the government, more people are shy to talk to you now. They don't want to talk. Perhaps, maybe they don't want to say the truth. And the few people that you will meet, if you say, I want to speak to you off the record, they can really open and tell you how they feel. The only thing, by the time you say, I want to record you or I want to put you on video, they will say no. But if you agree, I can talk to you. I don't want to be, you can talk, you can record me, no problem, but you can take me video. So yes, a lot of people, Joseph, I don't know when I use the word disappointed. I think many people are getting disappointed. They are getting disappointed.
Okay, let me ask you this, okay? Because we have a health guy who is on this program. He usually come on and he talk about health. And you've been in Liberia. We've been seeing some images coming from Liberia. That have to do with the sanitation wise in Liberia, especially like this is like Looking Town, like across the bridge. Most of the trash, we see trash laying all over the place, and the places, I don't know, but they look dirty. And after a certain time, they come up, the city mayor come up and clean up. What is going on when it comes to the trash? Is it just there for a day or maybe or two, or is this a continual process that's going on where the government is not doing anything to move the trash or to clean up the city? And how you rate the city mayor?
Joseph, Monrovia is not dirty. Monrovia is filthy. Let me use that word. Monrovia is filthy, and I don't usually laugh on the show. And I don't usually. Well, it's just that. Yeah, well, I want to be honest with you. I want to be candid with our especially our fellow Liberians, my fellow Liberian citizens that are following on right now and listening to this broadcast. Right. Look, I want to be honest, because if we are not honest and we want to hard things will continue the way they are. Monrovia is filthy. In fact, this gone Sunday, I even have to go live. It's not okay. I went to the red light. Monrovia is filthy, and I'm telling you, the rainy seasons are coming. If we don't do something right now to correct some of those mistakes that we are doing in terms of how we deal with the garbage, there will be an outbreak, and this will be a huge challenge. This will be a huge challenge. Dirt, rubbish are places in the middle of where people are selling. Some of them selling food. They sell anything. Especially let's take for example at red light. You go to red light, you can find just anything you want. If you're hungry, you can eat anything you want to eat at that particular moment. And some of the food they sell is not, they are not even close to it or properly or so. And you sit there, you buy it, and you eat. pregnant women that are sitting there, they're selling, babies. Some of them having babies and selling and whatsoever. But you see the pile of diet all over the place. And some of the diets you don't even know where they come from, because some of the guys that are operating a little, indecent cleaners overnight or so, they come there and throw their diets. Some of them that running their hospitals and things. All these diets, I mean, it's not just the cartoons or boxes that people open and just throw out there. No, they all mix up. This is my fear. Yeah, even right now when you go to Monrovia or you go to Liberia, when you go to health centers, there's this increase of hepatitis B. People don't even know where it's coming from. But I can tell you for sure that it's not just coming from sexual intercourse. Those needles, that are coming from somewhere else, somebody's sick and whatsoever, you go step on those needles, people looking for things on the dumper, or you walking, you mind your own business, you go step on those needles, you get hepatitis from there as well. But this is what's happening. And then our people, the so-called, let me refer to them that way, city mayors, especially from Mosorado County, they don't care. And that's why I will keep calling on the president. These guys have to go. You can't be a city mayor for a city that is dirty and you wearing coat suits every day. No. You gotta get on your feet. You gotta lead the way to clean up. Come on, man. Joseph Monrovia is dirty.
Mark, let me ask you. I know the president usually pass through red light to go in a rural area. And you want to tell me the president is passing, he don't see the trash on the side. You don't see what's actually happening. Don't you think he's aware of what's going on?
Don't forget that president convoy moving. Before the president reached the red light, before the president reached the red light SF, the traffic is completely clear from ERBC all the way, from ERBC Junction all the way to Cocoa Factory. The traffic is very, very clear. At that moment, the convoy now moving slow. It's not like the way you and myself when we go there, we're driving. We're taking our own time because we're human being crossing, traffic moving slow and everything. So you will have the opportunity to see everything. You will see it. That's what actually made me to have gone live when I went to red light also. I had been that my road was clear. The same way the president road was clear. I would just drive and pass. Because nobody's stopping me. I'm not slowing down. I'm going. I'm drinking my champagne in my car. I'm having good.
Okay, Max. Does it have to do with competence, or you think it have to do with the support, like the financial side of it, where there's no money?
Wow, you mean
vendors and stuff like that?
You mean in terms of what? Helping the cleaning the city?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me tell you. Tama. Let me start with Tama. Tama is my own brother.
Okay.
Definitely Tama Koji is my own brother, and I will keep saying that. When I wrote the president, even the 2 letters I wrote the president for reshuffle, his name is inside there, and I will keep repeating it. Those words that you put in there, I will just borrow it from you. Incompetency is there. Lack of being sensible to issues, sensitive to issues. A lack of perhaps patriotism, lack of love for your people. Everything is included, because as a city mayor, when you sit in that office, number one, your priority is your people. Your priority will be the business people, the people that you're collecting taxes from. Your priority, those younger boys, those wheelbarrow women and men, because nowadays you see women pushing wheelbarrows, they're selling apples, they're selling everything. Now, these people should be your concern. These people, when they go to red light there and put their wheelbarrows down, they're paying their $10 per day. They're paying their $15 per day. The city councils, they collect the money from them. Now, why are you collecting the money? You're collecting the money to make sure that the environment is clean, to make sure that your people come and clean the dirt, take the dirt away. But why are you collecting the money and you are not giving the people the service they deserve? It means that you don't know the work. It means that you don't love the people. It means that you don't know your job. It means that you are incompetent. It means that you are just there for yourself. And that's exactly. The Prince Resident man is that woman. Honestly, I would not. I never ever expected for the Prince Resident to be dirty like that, to be filthy like how I'm seeing it, and it is still filthy. And that's what I'm telling you. But from now to July, August, leave it, man. It's going to be disaster there. Watch the video that I put up on Sunday. You will see how that area looking like. You go down the side, you forget. You don't even think whether Jefferson Koji is the city mayor of Monrovia. Go to Waterside. It's a similar thing. You go from one street to another. Streets have become places that people in there go and throw dates. Nobody cares. It will stay there for days. It will stay there for weeks. Then they will come and try and take small of it and carry it. I mean, how can people live like this? You say you love people. You say you so dearly wanted this job and they give it to you. See, the mayor position is not just a position to just sit and celebrate. It is a position that you have to go out there and meet those people that paying that putting money in the cover so that you can be paid, so that your allowance can be paid, so that your car can move, so that you can have generator in your house 24/7, so that you can have you can eat, you can go to the restaurant and eat somewhere one bowl of rice for $250 US. These are the people that paying that are contributing to all of these services that you benefiting today. Why are you forgetting about them? These are some of the questions I can be asking them. Why? So it all broke down to somebody. They don't want to care and they don't want to know. They only want to be there for themselves and for their family people. Joseph.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Max. I think if you look to the bottom of the screen, you see right directly on the Max, you see the return of Max from the Republic of Liberia. And he just giving a complete update on happenings in the country. And this is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, and all the other social media. Just type in your LRTN and it's going to come up. And Mark is telling us exactly what's going on. He's saying it just how you see it. So the number is at the bottom of the screen, 215-526-1785. And the alternative number is 215-201-7562. We're live. And if you have any questions that you want to ask Max, he just got back from the Republic of Liberia. He will be willing to ask your question. That's what we're here for. And we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we have Max for your disposal. So, Mike, can you hold on 1 second? Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
And Mike is telling us exactly what's going on. He's saying it just how you see it. So the number.
When you smile, it's over free. When you pose, no need to say cheese. Love you say I'm used to and carry the cheese. Alright, no competition, you take it with me. Every day I did it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We are back, and we're back with Max. This is the return of Max from the Republic of Liberia. We went on a little break, and I had to take care of a few things. Sorry for a little delay, and we're back. Mike, can you lower your stuff a little bit? We're getting no feedback.
Okay, I think. All right. Is it okay now?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, before we went back, we were talking about, basically was talking about the city, the sanitation wise when it comes to the city. And people are saying they agree with you. I'm looking at all the computers in front of me, yeah. Most people are agreeing with you concerning the sanitation wise in Liberia. But another thing, some people are saying that it all have to do with the funding. There's no funding coming in, and they don't have the money to do the necessary things that they need to do to make the city clean. So there's that lapses. So okay, Max, let's go to the rate. When it comes to the rate, I know you had. What was your experience? Because I know when you went to Liberia, were you noticing the rate keep going? Every day there was something new. Can you tell a little bit about the rate? How frustrated people are when it comes to the rate?
Joe, in terms of the rate, I think by now, currently, the rate is even older than the Republic of Liberia now. So that is not actually, to be honest with you, it shouldn't be strange to any of us, except you are not actually. If somebody is not following the trends of what is happening in Liberia, what is unfolding. But if you do, then the price of gasoline and what is kerosene or so, the rate issue, it shouldn't be anything of surprise. But yes, I lived not too far from from Mr. Weir's house anyway, so we share the same community, and I can tell you that once I'm going to town, I have to pass by his junction. Yeah, a few minutes drive, and I pass by his junction and then get on the main road. And sometimes all of the time I was there, the rate is even higher there than other places. So I said, oh, maybe, I don't know, because the presidential area here, the rate is so high here. So I know the both feel that we get plenty of US dollars there in our community there. So yes, every day, Joe, the rate is climbing. And as they climb, prices are going up. Yes, especially for some of us, we have to, we use gasoline to make sure that the generator, give us electricity in the home. We are now feeling it very, very high as well, and even the business people. So, reasons for this, perhaps only the finance minister and the central bank governor can tell us why. We stay asking the questions, but nobody giving us the rightful answer. They say that they are fighting to make things better for us, but every day, even on the day I was coming, it was 184.5, and in my area that morning, that's Sunday morning, it was 185. Now
185.
Yeah.
185.
Yeah.
Because what we're getting on this side is some people say 187, some people say 183.
No. That one I'm telling you, if it don't deny it, it's fluctuating. Yes, I can change money in my area for 185. I can go somewhere else and change it for 186. But then don't even say you're looking for US dollar to go and do something. That one you end up paying $200 for one Liberian dollar for one US dollar. 200.
Wow.
Forget about that one. That one by business people. I met business people, and the wife told me. I went somewhere where I wanted to pay half not really, about 25% of what I wanted into Liberian dollars. But then the guy, he gave me the rate of 189. Yeah. I said, but why you give me a high rate like that? Why can't you, put you in the money for 185 or so? You're telling me I should pay 189? He said, well, I must have got to go and buy US dollar if I want to buy, if I want to other things. So how you want me to buy it? If you don't want to pay, but that's it. The rate is going, and I don't see us as a nation, as government of Liberia, chasing that rate just not to bring it down. It's not going to come down. And that Sunday, I went to a filling station to buy petrol, and when I got there, this guy, put the gasoline in my car, and I asked him, I said, my man, you think in the next couple of days, the gas price will come down? Because what we're paying now is, I left that morning of Sunday morning was $595 for 1 gallon. And which is really, really high. I can say now that's $600 per gallon. So when I asked the guy the question as to, whether in the next couple of days we'll see the price coming down, they may say, you're gonna get ready. Maybe you're not asking whether it'll be $700. Then you're talking about coming down. So you're telling people to, that pumping in the extra money, the extra Liberian dollar in the market. Let them stop pumping it, because the more they pump it, the higher, it will be difficult for us to get the US balance. And that's what's happening. So I said, oh, really? So people pumping? He said, and the guy said, yeah, they even they just caught 2 people, who, were pumping, putting their money on the market also. I said, wow. So a lot of things going on through this hardship also. So the rate right now is high, and I don't think we are technically prepared, economically prepared. Our minister is prepared, or our bank governor is prepared to actually, or the economic advisors to the president. I don't think they are actually prepared to take the bull by the horn on this issue of money. Controlling the rate is not going to come down through the help of the government. It won't.
Okay, Max, looking at everything that you're saying and looking at most of the things you saw in Liberia, give me your perspective on this president. Do you think this president can take us to the promised land? I know it's a very tough question.
Where is the promised land?
Where, looking at things from what is unfolding in Liberia, do you think that the president have the capability, I would say the capacity to bring the change, to change things and take us back to another direction, the way things are going in the country?
If I want to be very honest with you, 14, 15 months into the presidency of Mr. Weah, what is unfolding, yet still continuing. If I want to be honest with you, I will tell you that he will find it very, very difficult. Yeah. Forget about using the word promised land. Nobody promised you anywhere, anything. Forget about that one. Mr. Weah.
All right, no problem.
Okay, forget about that.
No problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Take the promised land from there. There's no promised land anywhere waiting for you as Liberia to say you're going to land there. No way. So you better deal with the situation right now. Now, back on the drawing table. Till Mr. Weah actually come to the sense, or some of the senses, that to realize that, number one, he is the president of Liberia. Number two, he have the level of authority over all of the people he have given jobs. Yeah. That he can sack them at any time. That he can take them from that position and send them anywhere without any trouble, unless our president thinks and act that way. What we are seeing will continue to happen. We will continue. You can't have a government running on the basis of friendship. Me, I said it over and over. I will keep saying it. Mr. President, this president is still running this government on the basis of friendship. Okay? And there are a lot of people, but now, the president should know this, and we pointed out, I pointed out in my letters to him. There are a lot of people right now in the government that they finish showing him or showing the Liberian people their juices, that they don't have any juice to give us. A lot of them. Yeah. And if you continue to keep them in job, if you continue to keep this man who have helped to tint the image of Liberia economically, the finance minister, forget it. We're doomed. If you continue to keep the Central Bank of Liberia, who are continue to give us conflicting reports on everything, okay, that's another issue there. Now, there are a lot of people that are incompetent, and the president still giving them job. Mr. President, I would say continue to say this. This president will not take us to anywhere. Let's forget about the promised land, but even to hell, he can't take us there. Yeah, it will be difficult for us to go there if he's leading us. And so, because he is having people in government, or he have given people positions that shouldn't be there, this is what causing it. My brother, we all know. I mean, we all come from different school of thought or so. But sometimes, when something happens and you think critically and you analyze it for yourself, you can know whether this person actually fit for the purpose or not.
Yeah.
From the moment we got the report, the help from the international community, and it told us that as far as handling the finances of Liberia is concerned, we have a huge discrepancies, and those discrepancies, if we don't resolve them, it will cause us a serious problem. What we are experiencing today, coming from that report, for this man, for the finance minister to have come out yesterday to tell you and me and the rest of the world that when he was giving the $25 million to infuse in the economy to at least balance some kind of way to challenge the US rate the way it was going all high, that this man went to people that he never ever dealt with before to give you $500 or $5,000 and ask for your telephone number and ask for your address and ask for your email address and give you $10,000. Come on, man. So you want to be an economist?
And even the report itself, the report that came out is damaging. The report itself says everything. Everything is out there. Everything is damning. Out there.
It is damning. So, Mr. President, this president will not. Let me answer your question according to the way you ask it. Will not take you, me, and the entire country to the promised land. Even though he didn't promise any land taking us to any land. But he will not take us there if these guys continue to run the show with him. Unless he said, well, look, enough is enough. Okay. This is not about friendship. It's about the people of Liberia. It's about those hospitals that are right now, our brothers, our sisters who graduated. They go to work at night and they use these so-called small phone they're having in Liberia. They use the torchlight to give somebody injection or a child injection, or to do operation. Unless they realize those things, they will know that we are not in the right direction.
Okay, let me ask you, Max. How do you rate the oppositions? The opposition party we got. Are they speaking out? Are they serious? Do you see any seriousness? Like, are they being critical about the government all the time you were in Liberia? Did you see anything to know whether the guys are already holding the president feet to the fire? Can you tell anything on that? On the opposition?
You know, the work of any opposition political party or leadership of an opposition political party is to check and balance, to help the entire country to check and balance the government of the day. You are there as a shadow of that government. When the government is taking a step, the reflection hits you first before it reaches the people. And so when you take that into consideration, first of all, what you need to do is to not draw any lines between you and the rest of the people, whether they are members of the party of the day or they are on your side. You balance the equation by being center and speaking on issues as they're supposed to be. That's the work of the opposition. Now, yes, when the government took over in 6-7 months, in fact, some of them I used to engage them one-on-one. Why I'm here in the UK. So you people are not speaking up. Why? I keep asking the question also. Yes, of late now, some of them are coming up. Some of them are still just trying to build their own images, also are going places trying to tell people that they are present, they are in Liberia also. But at the same time, you can be doing the talking and also be doing some stuff that will reflect on the people. But this is not what I'm seeing in majority of them. They are talking.
When you say stuff, what are you talking about? Like giving a suggestion. That's what you're talking about. Or?
No, in terms of dealing with the very people that you want to lead tomorrow. In talking about the very people that you are talking about. You are not talking about just promoting yourself or counter reacting on issues that the government is doing just to benefit your own political party. No, you are there to counter react on those issues because you want things to change and change for everybody. So I expect a lot of political parties, especially as far as in the context of Africa and Liberia in particular is concerned, some of these political parties to begin to do things that would bring some changes in the community, that will give hope to people in the communities. You don't have to be in government or you don't have to be controlling the government before you do that. You can put charitable organizations together, help parents that are struggling with schools and school fees and everything, help them, create avenue that perhaps these people can feel somehow human. But if everybody is just feeling somehow that everybody have forgotten about them, and you are just there to go and maybe when the oppositions, let's say when the ruling party says this, then you come out, you say, oh, it's not correct and whatever, and think checking and balancing does not mean you should only be reacting. Do something that will make a difference in the community as well. I'm not seeing that, and that's what I want to see. So until I can see otherwise, I would say opposition in Liberia, I still doing the same thing as any other oppositions have been doing in Liberia.
Okay, all right. So when we expect you to go back to Liberia? When you going to be going back to Liberia?
Well, Joseph, I just told you. Let me welcome my people. Thank you for welcoming me. As for the John Gale, thank you and welcome on the show as well. Well, like I said, I'm in Liberia since 2010. I'm in Liberia twice a year, July and December.
Okay.
So, although I was there this gone Christmas, I came back in January, and I went this April. I just came back now. I will still, have to go back before the end of the year. It's all because of my projects, and because I want them to actually, gain ground on gain momentum on the ground. And Liberia, especially if you are not on the ground to interact with somebody face to face, sometimes you find it difficult for you to make a breakthrough.
Difficult.
Yeah, I went to places where they gave me email addresses or so I should come read with them. Well, how many of them? A minister will even brave to tell me, say, I don't even check my email. If you communicate with my, special assistant, I say, oh my God, really? So this is it. So I have to be on the ground until my dreams, can actually come to reality. So I'll keep being on the ground. I'm prepared, and I am already gearing up to go back to Liberia anyway, Joseph.
Okay. Let me come to the last but not the least question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you posting something on Facebook that your equipment got missing. Somebody stole your equipment. I want you to tell me a little bit. How did that happen? Tell me from the beginning to the end. How did you end up with all your equipment, being snatched away from you? And what happened? Now, when you tell me what happened, was the police effective? And what happened? Did you get your equipment back? Are you happy for what the police did? Tell me from beginning to end. Tell the audience. And I want everybody to listen. I want very carefully to Max losing his equipment in the Republic of Liberia. You can call the number now. The number is 215-526-1785, and the alternative is 215-201-7562. And I want to send a shout out to Alpha Gale, who's on the network. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, just to re-echo that, it's a USA number, is 215-526-1785. 1785, and another alternative number is 215-201-7562. Some people have been asking if they want to call. Joe at
Max, if you have a number, and because I know you're going live too, if you have a number you want to give that people can call you directly, you can say the number on your end, so people can call.
It's okay.
Because I'm waiting for your snatching of your equipment.
Yeah.
That's what we really want to hear. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted, I decided not to talk about this thing again because, or I've not talked much about it because people told me that it was my contribution to Propo. So by the time they said that, I said, oh, okay. So that's fine then. No need to talk. So for the benefit of your question, no, Joe, this is it. Let me start off to tell you that criminality is on the rise in Liberia.
Yeah.
And I will squarely put blame on the Liberia, the management, the incompetent management at the Liberia Electricity Corporation. And I will use this show again to say, please, Mr. President, the entire batch at the LEC must go. They are incompetent. I said it before, I will keep saying it. And we'll be writing you a letter again on this issue. They are incompetent. Morovia, Liberia, let's say Mossorado County is dark. And your people, every night and then, there are people are chasing people in their own homes, taking their television, taking their sets, and threatening their children and everybody. This is not fair. Let this management go. Let us privatize LEC for the betterment of Liberia. Now, yes, they stole from me, and like people say, I agree. It was my own contribution to the Propo agenda. That's great. A friend invited me. I think it was a very, very hectic day for me that day. A friend invited me that we should go on the boulevard, right to the intersection there to Swallow Dumba, which I was so dearly thirsty for, hungry for. And we took off, but about 7:30 we were there, 8 o'clock, parked the car on the main road as everybody did as well. Got off, my friend parked his car on another end, and we went inside to Swallow. We're sitting there, not realizing what was going on, that my car is safe and thing. And then thereafter, by 8:39, we came out. I went to the car, opened my car. I didn't try the door first. Normally, sometimes I do try the door first to see whether I properly left it locked or so. But then I put the car key in and I opened the door and sat down. When I sat down, first thing I saw pockets opening. I said, oh, why not? I let my car pockets open. What's happening? Then first thing went to my mind. The second thing went to my mind is to open the pocket between the passenger and the driver. There's a little pocket there. Because the pathfinder, the building in a way you have the DVD set there. So I had small cash there. Yeah, I had small cash there, but $100 with 3,000 Liberian dollars. Though I couldn't see that one. Then my
hold on 1 minute, Max. We got a call coming in. Hold on 1 minute. Let me answer this call, and we'll continue. Yeah, call your name and where you calling from.
You're on?
Yeah, I'm live. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Max. It's one of our technical guy calling.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, back the car. When I came in the car, I looked there. Money was gone. Then from there, my mind went on my small little handbag, which I had my three memory sticks were there, so dearest to me, and my prescription reading glasses. So when I took out the bag, we're gone, including a power bank. I said, what? So from there, I just got down now from the car. Then when I looked behind me, I saw the window, the back, the passenger bag at the back of the seat, driver's seat, halfway. So I said, oh, something gone, man. Something gone wrong here. So when I opened the bag now to check properly, that's when I saw my my camera equipment, including the remote control, camera stand and, lead wires, and they took those things. So what I did, I went home. Disappointingly, I went home, slept over, and I posted it that night. But then at least two guys came back to me from the States. I think they had similar experiences, and they told me what to do. So they said I should go back to the same place, ask for the people, and try to engage them themselves. I will help me. And the other guy said I should go to the police. So I left early. By 6 o'clock, I was to the police station, and I registered my case. Then from there, they gave me crime number, like they normally do even here, and then a contact number to ring. But then they told me that the person that's supposed to be on my case, on that particular case, was on another case on the same road that night, on the Bluetooth, something that somebody, a young person was stabbed to death.
Oh,
on the same road there. Like they were just arguing on the Bluetooth something, and the other guy took the knife, stabbing, and he was dead. So he said,
wow.
Yeah, he said, so the lady said either way that the guy that's supposed to be on your case, he on our case. So let's see, before 12 o'clock, if we get anything, any story, we'll let you know. So I left. So on my way, I decided to just pass because the other guy advised me to engage them. I went there, I parked the car around the same area. Then one of them came straight, oh, be better, because you can wash car there as well. They asked me, you want to wash? I said, oh, I don't want to wash car. I said, I want to talk to one of your beach chairman here, your chairman for the car wash. So he said, oh, I'm the one. Joseph, the message, I'm the one. I thought, say, yeah, I finished reaching you. Then I said, oh, and I said, you're the good person I want to talk to. I said, my man. Then he said, what happened? He already knew that something went on. What happened? Something went wrong? I said, yeah, last night they stole from me in the car here. The man asked me, he said, what would they see? So I named a few things. So, then he said, that all they see? I said, that's the one I can remember. Then he said, okay, go to zone 3, then you go register it, and anything, they will call me. And I said, what? They will call you? He said, yeah. So I said, I just come from zone 3 already. I registered the case. I said, yeah, I show you the small paper. I said, yeah, the paper here, and yeah, the telephone number, and all for the person who in charge of the case. Then the guy said, okay, call the police officer, like you get the number for. Let me talk to them. I dialed the number. He was standing right outside my car, and then I put the phone on speaker, and he in there introducing himself. The police officer asking, who are you? Then he called his name, Alex. And then they say, okay, this is what happened to that brother. You know anything about the case? Then he said, yeah, I know the person who stole the thing. Then he said, oh, got the name. Then he called the guy's name to the lady. So the officer took the name, and then from there they talked between them, ended. And then so he and I put the phone on and I started talking to him. I said, my man, so what do you think now? He said, no, you get your thing, man. Be better, you get your things. Yeah, you get your things. When you money about hungry, I got to eat something like kobo. Or just give me small thing and go eat kobo. I said, here you go. So disappointingly, I told 200 I gave it to him. So he said, be better, you get your thing. So then I called the police officer by. The police officer said, oh, we know that guy we're dealing with. Even the person they calling his name, will try and get him, and you will get your things. I mean, 1 week, that whole week I just chasing them. They just kept promising me, you get your things, you get your things. That was it. 2 weeks. By the time the 2 weeks finished now, I drove there. Coming after day routine, I drove to the police station, and I met a few of them. Then the other guy said, okay, let me jump in the car, let's go there. Plainclothes officer, we went. He went to look for this Alex guy. And finally, after 30 minutes, he found Alex and asked him. Alex said, oh yeah, I know the person, and the guy, he doesn't live around here, but he can live from way, I know, New Gruta, he come here to hustle. So the police officer the CID guy, we sat down for some time, and he said, Max, say it's almost 7 o'clock in the night. You go home, me, I live right around here. Then I will come later and come and check. So he too had to square his small thing, try to get him encouragement. From that day, I hear nothing I hear from them. Let me put it that way. Nothing. I hear nothing from them. Yeah. Up to the point I left, I came. So but then when I posted and everything, people start telling me that apropos, I must say I'm supporting, I should leave it, this and that. I know I can't do otherwise. But actually it hurts me a lot, especially my 3 memory sticks and my reading glasses, not all the other things, but yeah, it hurt me a lot. Yeah. And let me say a big thank you to my brother Nathaniel Thomas Sasadu. He was one of those that actually came to my aid. In fact, beside the pieces of advice, I want to thank you so much for whatever you threw at me at that time, because at that moment I needed something like that to push me up. Thank you. Let me appreciate you on the show. So yeah, Joseph, that's what happened, and I just want to take this time to advise anybody. You know, you're going home, go prepared to make sure that your security and that of your family comes first when you are in the street, anywhere you are. But be careful, especially you know, they have right opposite the Sport Commission on Broad Street. Be careful looking for car there. Be careful when you are in the area of red light, when you are in Douala, even when you're driving. Your window, you got your camera. Maybe someone will put out, especially someone that like to, you know, get news and things. We put our camera right on the dashboard. So when you don't put your window halfway that they can even put their hand through and get it, they will come and grab it while you're driving. So if not, you will be having your own phone and somebody come, especially you're the women. You gotta be careful, especially going out at night. Be careful. Do not take out your phone out to answer in the area that is so quiet or lonely. If you feel lonely somewhere, don't even stick there for 2 minutes. Walk away quickly. The moment sometimes they will come to you right away and tell you, say, they will take knife and tell you, say, give me whatever you have there. And that's why that is happening. It is happening every day and thing. Especially young women, they are always victims of that. They will get on the bike or so, somebody reach them and, you know, they turn on them. Give me all what you have. Somebody take a knife to you. You're just there as a single woman. You're just standing there. You have to do it. So yes, security wise, I just want to, when you go home, be mindful how you move about, especially at night. It's not easy. The Moria is dark, and so criminal got places that they can hide and have very, very well, to the extent that they will reach you and strike at you at any moment. So that's it, Joe.
Okay, well, Max, we want to say thank you for updating us on all little things that you went through in the Republic of Liberia. And it was nice having you on the show. And I hope that this will not be your first time. And fortunately for us, we have a team that is in Liberia already. We're just trying to get the guys up and running.
Okay.
So the next time when you go down there, we'll probably have them with you. Okay, we got a call coming in. Let me see who it is. Maybe somebody want to ask you some questions. Yeah. Call out your name. Where you calling from? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. That person went off. Okay, Mike. So we have our technical team is on the ground. They're trying to get themselves together and put things together. So maybe the next trip you'll be making to Liberia, we will be in Liberia live, and we probably will have the team to catch up with you.
Okay.
And see if we can do something together.
Okay.
So thank you, and this shouldn't be the last time. We want to have you on here all the time. Okay, and we hope that the Liberian government will try to get your equipment and stuff that was stolen back. By grace and help of God, provided the president changed the team and bring in a new team to be able to do the work that is supposed to do. Thank you so much, my brother.
I appreciate
for being on the show.
Thank you, Joseph. Thanks for the invitation. Thanks to
You got anything else you want to say before leaving?
Well, I just want to reiterate this call for both sides. That's the plan, those that are planning the June 7 protest, and those that are also against, especially the government also. My caution to you is do it, and do it intelligently. Do it with a mind that your people, the entire Liberian community right now in Liberia, they are fragile. Peace is also fragile. Let me be very honest with you, because once there is no good security, the peace is fragile. People are hungry. When people are hungry, they very, very easy to get angry as well. And so I see anger in every community. There's huge anger. There's huge resentment. even when you listen to the radio station, I think you will hear it, and so when we are in these kind of times, what we want is for people to do things and plan things well, calculate them well, so that when you're doing it, nobody will feel hurt. So those of you that are planning the June 7th, think about the Liberian people in general. Do it and send your messages out there. Begin now to send messages out to the people that are coming out on that day, and tell them the reasons you are there and how you want people to behave. Right now, you got to start that. For those of you that are against, if these people are given the opportunity that they should go in the street by the government through the Ministry of Justice, you should also respect them, respect their constitutional right, and give them the time to go ahead to do it. This is why we issue a press release the last time we were there. When we heard about counter-protests, we said we are against counter-protests on the same day. And we are still calling on Liberians that are against this protest, that want to stage a counter-protest, to do their counter-protest either before this protest of June 7 or after June 7 protest. When you do it that way, you yourself, your constitutional right will be respected. But when you say you want to counter-protest on the same day, then you are breeding huge confusion. And this is what we don't want right now. So that's my caution to the both parties. And not my caution, my request to the government is, let the government do all they can as far as the Constitution is concerned to protect whoever that is coming in the street by giving security to them. The police should be there. Those that will counter-protest, they should give them police. Those that are protesting on June 7th, they should give them police to police them as well, so that things can go on orderly. That the people, our mothers and our sisters that are in the market, way in St. J, way in way in Red Light, when they are there that day, while they all people doing their thing on Broad Street, let them be there, and people go there and buy their market peacefully and go home. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I appreciate the invitation. I am always available, especially discussing issues.
Okay, I'm gonna call you at the back end so we can talk.
Okay.
Because since you're in Liberia all the time, we're gonna work on something. So when you're in Liberia, I can have the technical team. Maybe can instead of you, because you're a journalist, instead of you have to do the work yourself, you can probably have them, and you can go on the network and be able to broadcast and do your thing, and you have somebody to be behind the camera for you. Because I felt that was a little bit difficult for you, where you have to be doing everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be in touch, and I will talk to you at the back end from here. Okay.
Thank you very much, Joseph, and thanks to the management and the team there.
Okay, thank you so much. And that was Max.